Good evening, people. Just going out to the garage to answer a question. I've already done the lockup. I'm just going back out again. I thought it worthy of going back out. I was asked a question on the channel by a subscriber or a person. I don't know whether they subscribed. Oh, I certainly hope they did. Oh, I'm insulted if they're not. Anyway, I was asked a question, and they said that they'd recently come across some of the videos by Ron Paulk, and is my workbench based on Ron's workbench? And I answer, quite truthfully, no. But it does have, or I have utilised some of Ron's ideas. Not the top, because it is a torsion box type of bench structure, but he has got a lot of jigs and gauges and fences, etc., and accessories for his workbench. That it has all the holes in it, maybe where the person was questioning. But this is not, and I'm clarifying, this is not an MFT top. It's in the style of the MFT. You could quite legitimately say it, some people could say that it is an MFT top, a multifunction top, but because we know that that is of a particular design, the 96mm spacings, this isn't it. It is a 100mm spaced grid of holes in the style of the MFT top. So you can see why I split the hairs on that one. It is also not a torsion box, anything but. And it is 2 layers of 18mm melamine custom wood that is pinned together using, not bench dogs, it's pinned together using, I'll just reach over and grab them, these things. And these are machine standoffs. They are quite a tight fit in the holes, unlike bench dogs. Although you can get a firm fit bench dog, which would be the same as this. Most bench dogs, however, or can be like this. Not a firm fit. Not a bad fit, actually. These is quite nice. This is much firmer. And they are used to tie the two surfaces together, making it a more of a homogeneous structure once they have been pinned together. Very, very strong, like there. And that differentiates it. So bench dogs cannot generally be used for this sort of setup. You would need the slightly longer, in this case 35mm, machine standoffs. 35, perfect for 2 lots of 18. Also, the machine standoffs can be adulterated slightly by adding this threaded rod. There's one where it's got the spring-loaded ball bearing in the end, and it's got a Allen key fitting on the other. It can go into the holes and, like that, act as a bench dog. So yay, no wriggle. So it's also very good for setup purposes. Most bench dogs will have a little bit of wriggle, and for good reason. But once they're set in the holes, they don't wriggle much, to be perfectly honest. But this one certainly doesn't. And because it's got the Allen key type setting or fitting, I can wind that out, push it down, flush, so there is nothing sticking up above the table. It is tying these two together, but that's not what this was for, but it has that capability. When I need, I just wind it up to whatever height I require, should I require a stop. If it's something that's a wee bit more demanding, I can wind it up further. And there we go. So that is an innovation. And you could ask, well, does anyone else do that? And I'm going, I'm pretty darn sure they do. I'm just happening to using machine standoffs with that same facility. that same pin could go in a bench dog and be used in the same manner, because a lot of the bench dogs have an 8mm thread in it. Some go all the way through. So that could be used like that. Well, yes, but it's actually got a shoulder on it, so no, it can't be pushed down flush. Can you see where I'm going? That's why this is a little bit different than a bench dog. That it can be used as a, you know what I'm saying. It can be used as a bench dog, but it's not. But it is. Anyway, have I taken Ron's idea or any of his ideas? Hell yeah. He's a real resource of information, is Ron, and all hats off to him. One of the ones is, and I borrowed his idea, was that this is on the router table, still yet to be finished, but the router bit would be there when you're doing trench cuts, that encase the router tip. Quite often you'll fire dust chip out ahead of the trench. Well, this hooks up to the vacuum system, and as it's being, because it's in dead line of the router, and as you're pushing the board across, it's picking up all the dust at that point. So Ron actually showed that, and I'm going, oh, well done, Ron. I think I might borrow that, and have. Same as putting strips of custom wood, or in his case plywood, down for putting sheet goods on it to for when you're wanting to use a track saw. I like that idea. I've seen other people do this, exactly the same thing. I've been doing it for donkey's years, but in this case it was specifically around the use of the track saw, and I thought, hey, I can use that for my track saw efforts, which I've only just started in the last year or so actually using. But I've been using that idea for, guess how many decades. It's just a basic thing. So you can't say I stole it from, or borrowed from Ron. It's that I borrowed it from someone. Not all my ideas are original, I've got to say. And that was the point. Ditto for what we've got here. I'll put it into position. What we have here is a very simple arrangement of rubbish or discarded stuff that I had. I recombined it and made a very functional jig for doing half laps. And I can now do half laps that I could never do properly before out through the dirty window. There's one of the items that I use or need to use a half lap jig for, and I had one. It worked, and it was a pain in the butt. This thing here was cobbled together within, not long, and I couldn't believe that it just all fell together. Why did it fall together? Because of the MFT style of top. The sketchy builder top. That's what I can call it. But it is a bit presumptuous, I believe, to call it that. But hey, could I legitimately call this a sketch? I could, because I have not seen the MFT style, or MFT top even, used in this manner for a miter saw to cut half laps. So, yeah. But really, I could have received all this information over a period of decades, and as I keep on referring to it, I've picked up all this information by osmosis. I just take it in, and eventually something will come out, and this did the other day, directly as a result of having this type of top on, because that aluminium section is bolted to, or screwed to, this plate, which this plate was used for something else, but it can be used anywhere I darn well like, because it registers with those machine standoffs and is rock solid. Once that was in place, I can put the fence in place. That either can be screwed to or clamped into place, or removed if necessary. Do what I flaming well like with it, and then I can do my half laps. Yay. So yeah, things like this. Ron Paulk's is as I've already said, is a torsion box type setup. Hang on, I'll just pick something up. And as such, is quite light and able to be taken onto worksite. You don't want to be taking any of this on worksite, but if you took a section of this, which is one of the claim to fames I make for it, is that you could take a panel like this, and this is yet to have its holes drilled in it, and then you could place on it the different items and register it in place using the machine standoffs. There's no rocket science in that. Still heavy though. I wouldn't be doing that. That's 25mm custom wood, and even that size is bloody heavy. The big thing with this is it is modular. It's made up of pieces, 300 to 400 wide. I know if you've looked at any of the videos before, you know. But the thing is, it can be pulled apart at the drop of a hat, put up on the shelf for storage purposes, and only taken down as and when needed. At the moment it's needed, so it's down here. But otherwise, up there. You can't do that with any other full bench. Ron's you kind of can, but it is a torsion box. Other people do have knockdown surfaces, one layer probably, that they put on saw stalls or some stand and then use it like that. Great. But this is a big for me, big workbench that can be knocked down, altered, other things put on it. The router can be put on the end there. I use it as a dimensioning router rather than a router. That's what that's for. Could it be used just as a router accessory? Hell yeah, of course it could be. But it's not what I'm using it for. Parallel arms pins in with what? Machine standoffs. These arms, they pivot on what? Machine standoffs. Getting the point that the machine standoffs are quite pivotal to the function of this top. Great. MFT style of top. Not a Ron Paulk top, but I'd be quite... Well, if you think that it's as good as Ron Paulk's, it's not, because Ron's is very well developed, but it's got a lot of the commonalities or function that Ron's has in this. So, yay. So, there's all that. Whew. I think that really covers it all. So that's the answer. Very wordy, but no, it's not Ron Paulk top. No, it is not copied off of Ron Paulk. I would be very happy to copy Ron's bench, but his requirements are different from mine. That's pretty simple. Oh yeah, and this was literally stuff that was thrown out, again, literally, on the side of the road. And I go along, pick it up, and I just happen to fall across, whatever you want to call it, the ability to drill all of these flaming holes. There's probably 500 in this top, but I can drill them on the drill press because it's not a full bench. It's all made up of those components. Yeah, yay. So that alone helps to distinguish it. This thing here is a very basic looking, well, it's a hunk of custom wood, 25mm. It's got two bearings in it. They actually take the drill bit that actually drills these holes, and this, hang on, I'm going to cough, and that can be installed for the situations where the drill press can't reach the holes. All of these ones can be drilled with this. It can be propped up for the required height and pinned in place, drilled all these other holes, and then you wind up with a top like that. Yay. And that's just a bit of custom wood done in a particular manner. The sketchy builder, man, I'll belabor that point, but done in the manner that, or in the fashion that it's just a row of holes machined accurately, and there's a bit of a process there that allows me to do all these things. So, yay. That's all. There's Not too much pretentious saying, oh, look at how good this is. Although, look how good this is. Hey! But seriously, it's something I think a lot of people in a small workshop would benefit from, because you can knock the damn thing down and put up on a shelf. Just saying. Rather than having a workbench, because this is completely separate from the workbench. Ooh, hang on. As you can see, it just sits there and behaves itself on the workbench, but can, when necessary, be placed on or removed off of the workbench. But imagine, as I was going to do, I'd had it already started to be marked out for drilling the bench dog holes in it. But imagine now if I had have had this whole bench drilled with holes, where would I put it? I wouldn't be able to put it away anywhere, would I? And I'd have a bench with a whole lot of holes in it, which I don't use this sort of MFT top all the time. So, okay. Rightio, that's it. I'm going to go in, and for the last time today, it is actually quite late, and yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because it was a good question, and it was a wee bit of a, it was a bit of a compliment to think that I produced something that could be mistaken for Ron's bench, but no, I don't want to inflict on not poor Ron, but on Ron any aspersions about this being like his. It's different, that's all. It functions differently. It was designed to be different. So that they're both capable of similar things. Well, that's the similarity. That's where it's similar. Too late at night. Rightio, that's it. I'm off. I could say a lot more, but I'm going to do you a solid. I'm going to do you a. What do they call these young people? I'll do you a solid. What does that mean? Anyway, I'll do you a good turn, old person, by shutting up and going away. Rightio, that's it. I'll see you in the next one, no doubt. Okay, bye now.